Hey, what's going on, everybody? Serpent here, hanging out with Crypto Mikkel for another episode of Caffeine and Crypto. Got my NOS energy drink, per the usual. What you drinking there, Mikkel?
Coffee. After I dropped a coffee, not dropped a coffee mug, but accidentally knocked a coffee mug off the table and shattered it and spilled coffee everywhere. Yeah, we're having a good morning.
Good morning, Max Voltage, Tech Man, Savage Mind. Thank you, Crypto Mining Lifer, my favorite nemesis. I haven't played poker with you in a while, so I guess you're not my nemesis anymore. We have to get back into it. So the market's looking meh. It's a mix. It's a mix. Yesterday or throughout the later this week, right?
We've seen worse.
Right. You know what I like to think of this current level where we've been chilling between a 10,000, 11,000? I like to think of it as our 6,000 to 7,000 area where we were just chilling there for a while and just hanging out. And eventually, there might be a further pullback, but my TA is telling me we're going to go up. It's just going to be a while. Especially what happens is, if you look at the history, is we tend to have a nice run up. Holidays come, people cash out, right? Got to get Christmas gifts, Thanksgiving, all that good stuff, Black Friday, and then we got a little bit of a dump.
And you got prices are up kind of, since last Christmas. Definitely. So I'm sure people are taking those profits this year.
Taking profits. So Bitcoin's sitting around that 10.5, 10.4 range. Some of the altcoins started to pick back up. I had to reset my trading bots to try to take advantage of that, because they were kind of stagnant. Because basically when this dip happened here around the 21st, all my bots were up here trying to execute trades, just sitting, never got back to that level, just sitting. I was like, I'm missing out on some money here. I need to do something, but I've been so busy.
I get you. I understand that.
But
for sure.
Yeah, hopefully we can see things pick up. Oh, matter of fact, this is a pretty interesting topic that I wanted to talk about. Bitcoin miners saw 11% revenue drop in September. That's interesting to me. That's interesting only because we'll go over here in a second. So Bitcoin miners generated an estimated $3.28 million in revenue in September, down 11% from August. And the moderate decrease in revenue came as Bitcoin stumbled through September, causing the month to be down, 8% after gaining 25% through July and August. So, if you look at the chart here, we also see, look at the fees back during that run up when Bitcoin was, at all-time highs. That's ridiculous.
I remember those days here. I remember paying we paid a lot in fees back then. If any of us kind of got into Bitcoin then, that's kind of where I was getting into it. Fees were way more expensive then. I was like, now they're not. It's interesting, that's for sure, to see that play out and see how it is. But I don't really agree with, we have to remember that in September, it was kind of when all the flooding happened out there in China.
Right.
So remember that all of the Bitcoin mines that were going there were flooded and shut off. So,
And that was September 2019? Or 2018? I think that was 2019.
Yeah, 2019. There's been a few floods out there.
Yeah.
2019 was a landslide. There was the big rock slides that knocked out the miners.
But September historically, if you look at the history here, I'm on the monthly chart right now. September historically has been, and I don't know why my laptop keeps turning back on. I need to turn it down. It's not been a great month. This September is repeating the same. So August was red in 2018, September was red, October, and we kind of were just on this downtrend. But that was back when we got down to 3,200. I don't suspect the same thing, but I do suspect that maybe September as it was a red month. August was a little bit better. October may be red for a little bit, but leading up to the holidays,
Red October.
We should see a nice little pickup and then the holidays come, and then we drop back down again. But the network fees throughout September brought in about $26 million. Imagine that just for fees, or just over 8% of total revenue, down 2% from fees compromising 10% of the revenue in August. Notably, fees as a percentage of total value continues a strong upward trend since April after the oh my god, I cannot talk today. Halving in May. After the halving in May, increases in fees revenue are important to sustain the network security as the block reward decreases every 4 years. And here's the actual network fees as a percentage of monthly Bitcoin mining revenue. Now, granted, this topic I'm going to lead into, I want you to take a keynote here. There's only 2.5 million Bitcoin left to mine, all right? And we got all these entrepreneurs and people getting into the game that want to get as much Bitcoin as they possibly can. So there's only so much for us to mine or potentially own. So you really want to get as much DCA, dollar cost average, into Bitcoin, as well as mine, or like Savage and I do, we mine a certain particular coin and then we exchange it for that Bitcoin. And Savage, yes.
Mine the poop coins for Bitcoins.
I cut my hair.
I'm not going to curse on your channel, but,
Mine the poop
man. Yeah, mine the poop coins for Bitcoins. You know what I mean? It's kind of the point. Stack sats in every way possible. DCA into it.
Is Techman drinking Irish Car Bomb? Coffee with alcoholic creamer. Which one is that one? What's the one that you put Kahlua? Coffee and Kahlua. What's that called? I forgot what that's called.
I don't know. But I haven't had alcoholic creamer. That's a new one.
Yeah. Well, Kahlua and coffee is actually pretty good. So Bitcoin's average transaction fee bounced between $1 and $5. Nowhere as bad as the Ethereum network, considering the DeFi project. It has settled down a little bit. We're not going to go too much into DeFi today. There might be some topics about it, but
always remember, refresh, guys. If the fee is high,
refresh.
Wait a block or two. Just wait. Don't pay the high fee. I've watched it multiple times. You see it shoot up, and if you just wait and refresh a block, you might not get it right then, but
there it is.
It will go down. I promise.
Russian or car bombs. I'm sorry. They just told me it.
Bailey's for car bombs. Yeah. White Russian. Yeah.
So this week is a little bit crazy. I don't want to talk about the political atmosphere because I kind of stay away from politics. I do keep up with it. It's very important for you to keep up with politics and know what's going on in your county, state, country. But just to steer clear of it, this week was a little bit hectic, as well as we had the sudden takedown of BitMEX. So that kind of shook a few leaves, so to speak. On Thursday, the U.S. Commodity Futures Trading Commission, or CFTC, and Department of Justice, DOJ, served this exchange a slew of charges, arresting CTO Samuel Reed and seeking out the CEO, Arthur Hayes, for violating Bank Secrecy Act, or the BSA. So, Arthur, they're looking for you. I'm sure you know by now.
It's all over. It's all over everywhere, man.
Yeah.
We have coins on BitMEX, which you shouldn't anyway. It's been a slimy exchange for a while. Get your coins off. Now is a good time with this kind of stuff going on, especially with DeFi. They're going to be looking into DeFi and all the other situations, which is going to be interesting for the DeFi space, because as far as I'm aware, DeFi is just a facilitator where you use your addresses. You're importing like a MetaMask wallet or stuff like, or my Ether wallet. Like, it's an exchange, yes, but you don't keep money on there because it's your wallet. I'm correct in this, right? Like, I've never really used Uniswap, but if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that's how that works.
Yeah, so you connect.
You're pretty safe there without losing your coins.
Right.
Because you still own them. So that's good for that aspect.
Right. It's in a wallet in which you own the private keys. No keys.
Right. Well,
no
they
coin.
own the MetaMask. You have to like import keys.
You got to import, but at least it's not on the exchange itself, and you can use Coinbase wallet.
But MetaMask owns them.
MetaMask. What's the other ones? There's a number of different options.
And remember that if they look into that, you're using that Ethereum address, so that Ethereum address that you've been using is going to be tainted soon. So if you're holding a lot of your Ethereum in there or mined Ethereum, I would suggest tumbling. And I don't suggest tumbling. Mix that stuff up, because with all of this stuff coming up, if you want to stay anonymous and you want to be like that, and you don't want the government to know about your Ethereum and stuff like that, that's what I would do. Just my word of advice. Well, because they're gonna see that. They're gonna get the records. It's gonna happen.
But in that same sense, please be smart.
Please.
Do not keep all your funds or all your eggs in one basket, especially on an exchange. As well, be compliant with the laws of your country. If there's no way in heck that you can hide it, and the government knows that you're gonna need to report it.
They're gonna know.
So while centralized exchanges reside on central servers in various areas around the globe, decentralized exchanges like Uniswap remain uncensorable, existing within smart contracts on top of the Ethereum blockchain. However, they are founded by real live humans who are subject to the whims of the law enforcement agencies. You can't say, hey, Bitcoin is here. If we want to shut down Bitcoin, we got to go here. No, you can't say that. Bitcoin, that's what I like about some cryptocurrencies, and especially Bitcoin, is Bitcoin to me is the world's money. It's our money. But the problem is, and in my eyes, and this is just completely off topic, is we got too many of these venture capitalists and too many of these other people, and this is what Satoshi didn't really want to. That's why he didn't want to start talking to the government and everything, is because once it started to open up their eyes and they're like, oh, we can make money off of this, now we got them buying slews of Bitcoin. And there's only so much left. So not every millionaire might want to get their hands on it, but we need to make sure that we store our Bitcoin or hang on to it or trade it to make more Bitcoin. That's what I'm doing. I take the Bitcoin that I made and I'm using it to make trades to get more Satoshis. But that's just my opinion of crypto. And I know a lot of people don't want regulation and this and that, but regulation is a positive. It's a catch-22. It's a positive and a negative, right? In order for us to safely trade our cryptocurrency for fiat, which is what we need in this world, we need, unless vendors start accepting cryptocurrencies directly, we have to convert it to fiat at some point in time to pay for goods and services.
Which some states do allow you to pay their taxes on.
Right.
So it is a step forward.
Yeah. So if that can,
it's moving.
Get completed, then things will be a lot better. But at some point in time, when you convert that fiat, you're going to have this issue where, okay, well, do I want to use this cryptocurrency to pay for X when I can just use fiat to pay for X? When this crypto one day, 2 years from down the road, can, maybe 10X, maybe 2X, whatever it may be. So it's a catch-22 for me. I don't want everybody to have their hands on this cryptocurrency because it's the people's money. I don't want the upper echelon to have most of the holdings, most of the cryptocurrencies in their own, whatever custodial services or whatever. I want the people to have it. This is the people's money. But that's my thoughts on it, and I could be very wrong, and there's other people that think opposite of that. The value proposition of DeFi platforms become readily apparent during regulatory crackdowns such as with BitMEX. This was the CEO or the founder of DeFi Compound, which is Robert Leshner. He labeled centralized exchanges such as BitMEX as an opaque platform that can easily facilitate money laundering. Why is that? Well, KYC. By contrast, DeFi done right is a breath of fresh air. Complete transparency, accountability, tamper resistance, and self-custody. He said, referring to the fact that DeFi transactions exist for all to see on the Etherscan. In the coming months and years, regulators will likely embrace the virtues and benefits of DeFi. The Compound founder also said, it's no surprise that BitMEX was taken down, given that the centralized exchange are working or operating without KYC and natural mixers, right? So
in the U.S. too.
Yeah, like in the U.S., if you want to have an exchange, you have to have KYC. You have to be able to be like, all right, each person is
follow the regulations.
Right.
Have to. Binance, Coinbase. Now you need to scroll back up a little bit. There's a really good line in there, in that same sentence.
Coin mixers like Ethereum, Tornado Cash, or Bitcoin's Wasabi wallet can be used to launder cryptocurrency, leaving its origins untraceable.
Yep.
Just a little FYI. So
just throwing out there. It's very important.
I will be putting these articles in the description if you guys want to further read or anything like that. I don't want to read every single thing to you, but check out the description if you're watching in the future or after the show. Now, it's really a weird topic for me because I wanna be compliant with my government, but at the same time I don't want my government to regulate too much that they stagnate the market, so to speak. We don't want that to happen. We want growth to happen, right? We want these vendors to accept cryptocurrencies and be more open about it, but it's gonna take time. But we know that there has to be some type of regulation in some form or fact, and if we want the cryptocurrency market to get to the next level. Right now it's at a very good point, but there's a lot of gray areas that regulators are having to battle with the consumer. And thanks to this regulatory uncertainty from the United States Securities and Exchange, or SEC Commission, or SEC, and a hodgepodge of state licensing requirements, the development of crypto trading in the U.S. remains stuck in backwaters of trading reserved for over-the-counter bulletin board issues. So I think New York's got its own thing, right? And certain exchanges can only trade it there. So a lot of them moved and stuff like that back in the day.
Yeah, CryptoMine Lifer has to deal with a lot of stuff that you don't have to deal with because he lives in New York. A lot of there's some exchanges that we can get access to that he cannot.
Right.
So yeah, it's interesting.
And Bermuda has its own. Bermuda's has the digital asset custodial code of practice that defines the standard digital asset private key custodians across safekeeping, transactional handling, and operations. New York got its own. Everybody's got its own, and I think it's going to be really up to the regulators to kind of look at how things are going in various areas. I believe the EU. I forget which country.
Limited. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's here limited. He's here listening. He's very limited here in New York. Yes. Very limited.
Do you crypto mining life, or do you have to use Binance New York, or what is it? Binance New Jersey, something like that? I forgot what it is. I know there's a EU or an American Binance that it's not so robust.
You want to get like technical about it. You can still use the regular Binance.
Yeah. I know that. I'm just saying, like,
that's at your own.
At your own risk.
At your own risk and what you want to do with that information. But yeah. He says he can't use it in New York. Yeah, I know. I was thinking Binance US is not available in New York due to its regulations. So no, Celsius is available in New York, but Crypto.com isn't.
Yeah.
Right? If I'm not mistaken, he can't use Crypto.com because it's not available there. But Celsius is.
Speaking of which,
so it's like New York. No. Hey. You're okay?
Guard dog.
Yeah, he got scared.
Speaking of Crypto.com, if anybody watches this in the future and you work or part of crypto.com, you need to hit me up, man. We need to get something. We need to get some things hashed in the background here. Are you concerned? And I know you muted your microphone. Probably I don't want to know if your dog is barking, but are you concerned about cryptocurrency and any future regulations?
No, I don't. I mean, there's gonna be regulations. They're going to want to regulate. You know what I mean? They want their hands in it, of course. In order for them to use it, they're going to have to regulate it. That's kind of the way it is. Is that if you want the big players to get involved, it has to get regulated, and that's kind of what has to happen.
Wait.
Not that I agree, but in order for more acceptance, it has to be regulated. Unfortunately.
Well,
kind of the way
we haven't even gotten into where we have the masses into the crypto scene. This is nowhere near where the masses and the everyday consumer is into the crypto scene. So imagine if we get those consumers in here, what would actually happen? The overall market cap growth that we would see. Going back to the beginning, Max Voltage mentioned something similar to what I said. He said he watched a video yesterday that showed an average September is one of the worst months of the year, while November is one of the best, and that was an analysis of over the 10 years. Techman agrees as far as ultimately you are responsible for the accuracy of your tax return, not financial advice. Seek a tax professional, but if you own a certain I know in 2018 I want to say if you only sold over $20,000 or traded over $20,000 of crypto, you had to report it. Now that's not saying if you only traded $20,000 you don't have to report it. I would still recommend reporting it, but consult the tax professional first, because that could be kind of fall in a gray area. Even though Coinbase said you don't have to report it during that time, I believe now that they're reporting directly to the government, anything you do on Coinbase is being recorded for posterity. So just FYI.
Yep. Yes, it is. Anything you do, if you convert to fiat, it's recorded.
Right.
Doesn't matter if it was $10, $20, $100,
even
$10,000.
Even if you
all recorded.
Even if you buy, you got to report that.
Yep.
It's just
it's
like
all
buying a
recorded
stock,
for you.
right? Like that's why there's a document section, or where you can go into Coinbase, or Cash App, or Acorn, or Robinhood, and report items. So make sure you follow accordingly. I'm sorry, Crypto Mining Lifer, that you're very limited there. I wish you the best of luck. Keep mining away, my friend. So we have only 2.5 million Bitcoin left to mine, as I mentioned earlier. The significance of that is it's going to take a while, right? We got the halvings coming every 4 years. It's going to be a while before we mine the last Bitcoin. It's going to be a while. So I'm not worried about that. I just want to make sure that those of us, we're not super early adopters, right? We're not I was behind Carter from Bitsby Trippin' as far as mining. But we're still kind of early adoption stage. It's not global yet. Everybody knows about it, but not everybody's in it. That's the difference. So with only 21 million Bitcoin to be issued and a little under 2.5 million remaining, we got a chart here. Said the Bitcoin network already passed the 18.5 million BTC mark in circulation. This means that less than 2.5 million is left, or about 11.9% of total Bitcoin generated. Chart BTC pointed out half of the remaining 2.5 million BTC will be mined in the next 4 years. Since the Genesis block back in 2009, the Bitcoin network has already undergone 3 halvings, with the third halving taking place in May this year, as the issuance of new coins is halved every 4 years. The last Bitcoin is not expected to be minted till 2140. Could you imagine 21? What is 2140? What are we going to be like in our drones flying around in the air?
Yep.
Being able to scan UR codes? I don't even have to scan UR codes. I probably just think Bitcoin into your wallet. Just
brainwaves.
yeah. Oh, you want Bitcoin? Here, Mikhail, I got you. There you go. So you can see here on the chart where we're at.
I like TechMan. You know, it's all exchanges fall under SEC regulations in the USA. What about pools?
Ooh,
that is a great question.
So, something I want to say here. Does anybody know who Claymore Miner is? The dev for Claymore Miner. Does anybody know who he is? No. At least I don't. I don't personally know him. I know of him, but I don't know him. Most pool operators are kind of the same. They operate kind of in the gray area. Not in the shadows, but in the gray area.
It's definitely a gray area.
And they have their pools, and they set it up, and they communicate with the community through various means, whether it's through forums, Discord, what have you. But you never get direct interaction with that individual. You don't see devs. Like if you go to Twitter right now and you try to type in certain individuals, and I do know some of them, but I'm not going to call them out. You go on Twitter.
Hashrate's TV channel. They pull on multiple, like all the time, of the developers, CEOs of big pools.
But not all of them. At least not most of them that I support. What pools are you talking about? Amp pool, okay. That's a Bitcoin mining pool.
That's huge. You know, who was it? I'm blanking now. Bitpool, Bitfly.
Bitfly is a big one for Zcash. So, but let me ask you this: out of those few that we've seen on live shows, I mean, most of them, because there's so many freaking pools out there. I mean, we could go to pool mining pool stats, and there's so many pools out there that we don't know the operator.
Slush pools, though. Yeah, and Luxor.tech.
We don't know the operator, like personally. We haven't seen their face. We don't know where they live. We don't know what's going on.
A lot of the pools aren't based in America.
No, they're not. And so,
even though they have American servers, you know, that we don't, not very many American pool runners. Plus, most people that run pools are running them on private servers, everything else.
Right.
So, not running them on the network located in the U.S. or any situation like that. So, it's a very gray area, but they make a lot of money.
Look at all these pools, and some of these pools aren't here. Some pools don't actually show up.
Oh no, and you can mine especially if it's Bitcoin, anything with a core QT wallet, you can mine straight to your QT wallet, and you will be your own pool. Like that is a thing, but you have to have a lot of hash rate for that. You're solo mining at that point. So, and those pools won't even show up. You'll never even see those pools.
Right.
You have to go like deep to look at some stuff like that.
So, going back to TechMan's question. What about pool operators? Well, if pool operators operate in anonymity and don't have a central location in which you can find them, maybe you could shut down their pools. But in my opinion, it's kind of like the Pirate Bay. The government shut it down. Various governments shut down the Pirate Bay. They just open back up. Or they capture somebody and then somebody else opens it up.
Server.
Right. Yep. So I don't think the regulators should worry about pools. If any regulators do watch this show, don't worry about the pools. Let's just regulate the cryptocurrency itself, the exchanges, and means of converting X to Y. That's all we need to worry about. Don't worry about the pool operators. The operators are just doing what they can to help out the community, keep the network secure. They're good people. Just leave them be.
Get your Bitcoin off exchanges.
Let's see here. Let's see if there's something else I want to read on this. All right, this is pretty cool. So since early 2020, institutional demand for Bitcoin has been steadily increasing. New surveys showed that institutional investors intend to increase their Bitcoin allocations regardless of the short-term dips in price through its investment in the MicroStrategy. The world's largest sovereign wealth fund now owns 577 Bitcoin. What is that? Wow, 577 times. Let's do 10,500. That's only $6 million. That's not a lot. It's only $6 million. That's pocket change. No, I'm joking. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how that turns out. I didn't mean to click on this topic, but there's the people right there. So we got the BlackRock fund advisors, the Vanguard Group, and then
Norwegian government.
Yeah.
Pension fund.
That's how much ownership they have, and that's not a lot. That's really not a lot of ownership, but we
it is. If you think about it.
15, 11, 1. So that what is the rest? The rest is the people, right? Or various entities?
Yeah. Everybody else.
That's 28%. So that's a quarter of Bitcoin exposure, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Well, there's still plenty of Bitcoin to go around. It's not like it's all going to be gone in a few days, but just make sure that you guys are
for sure
stacking your sat, so to speak. All right, so it's 11:35.
I agree. It's a savage. The last full Bitcoin will take 36 years to mine. Yep.
It is 11:35, and I got a couple of things that I want to go over with you guys here. Bear with me 1 second. First off, in the chat, I need to do something. Alright, so in live chat, I am posting my Discord link. I only do the link live. I don't do it on the description of my videos. So if you want to get into Discord, you need to do it during the live show. And the reason I'm doing that is we're not too far, actually. Let me check out something here. We're not too far. Last night I checked, and we were only 17 people away. Yeah, we're only 17 people away from 2K subscribers. At 2K, I have a giveaway. Now, the reason I'm doing it kind of like this is because as soon as you say giveaway, it's like, oh my goodness, everybody just jumps in. If you put it on the tag of your video,
get in.
yeah, like people you never met before come in. It's just ridiculous. So the giveaway, it's kind of up in the air still. I know one thing that I'm doing. One thing that I'm doing is the selected winner will be, they would provide me their address for a particular coin, whether it's Ethereum or whatever, and I would mine to that address for 24 to 48 hours. This really depends on if I get other people in the community. If Red Panda can point a rig, and Hash Raptor and Savage Mind can point a rig to this person's address, it would be kind of like a group thing where we all mine to this individual address. So they will get a you know, for me, just by myself, that's at least a $10 to $15 value for 48 hours, or maybe like $10 in a day. So I think it's a sufficient giveaway, but I'm not going to give away crypto, because as soon as I start giving away crypto, everybody's going to want me to do a giveaway every single day, and I ain't built like that. So I would do what I can for the community, but that's one of the rewards of the giveaway. We got to hit over 2K first, though. We're 17 away. So if we get over 2K, I said yesterday if we did it by this stream, I would do it now. But since we're not there yet, then it would have to be something in the future. So one of these Saturdays when we're doing Caffeine and Crypto, that's when I'm going to do the giveaway. So stay tuned, hit the bell notification, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we will take it from there. Now, something else I want to kind of make you guys aware. It is a work in progress, but very kind of Mr. Anderson to spend some time with me and talk, because honestly,
I heard about that. It's crazy.
Doge Lord is hosting Serpent merch. Now, I did have a store, but it was killing me. It wasn't doing as well as I hoped. And Mr. Anderson, Doge Lord, as you know him, had a wonderful discussion with me. Beautiful time with him. Great educational from him. I can't speak to the magnitude of knowledge that gentleman has. So he is hosting Serpent merch. Now, currently, yes, it is just the logo in the pocket section of a long sleeve or a short sleeve shirt. I do have a designer. It's just a matter of coordinating with him and then getting more content and good pieces out there for you, as well as merchandise. So stay tuned for that. I will have this linked in the description of my videos moving forward. Matter of fact, I need to go back in time and change some of that. But I'm very grateful to the DCA Adventure team, to Chris Anderson, Doge Lord, for taking the time to work with me and help me out and host the merch for me. So keep an eye on that. That was really cool of him. Like we caught up with for a minute. I believe he's got a stream coming out or a video coming out, but we had to edit it and stuff like that. But yeah, it was.
He's working on it this weekend. And yes, his off time, and there should be a video coming out here soon on DCA Adventure.
The hard part about that was to find a time that we were both off, and I was actually working, but because I'm working from home, I was busy at that time. But I was talking to him while working on my laptop, and we just made it work. Moving on, last 20 minutes. I wonder if Red Panda's coming on today.
Yeah, he's going on. He's going live. What was it? At 1 p.m. my time, so 2 p.m. your time.
Okay.
In 2 hours. Live
So he's starting a little bit late. We probably won't ride out all the way to when he gets on, but moving on, we have AMD. October, right? So we got October 8th is the Ryzen release, and October 28th is the 6000 release, I believe.
Right.
So I wanted to talk about this one real quick. Let's see where it's at. Yeah, because I have a little CPU-Z to share with you.
I'm so excited.
Dude, I am too. So
I'm excited. I really like AMD.
They're killing it right now, especially in the CPU market.
I want to see them succeed. Especially, I was going to purchase the 3070 Ti variant. The 3070 was pushed back. They weren't even going to release the 3070 Ti date until after the 6000 series launch. So, who knows when that's going to happen now?
Right.
Especially with all the issues that people have been having with the 3000 series cards.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. It's a cluster of a mess.
AMD, if you're listening, if you do not have the supply, don't launch. Just delay it and launch a little bit later. If you don't have the supply or availability, just give it a little bit. I know you want to come out. Nvidia is waiting on AMD to see what they do before they release the 3070.
Techman says he bought AMD stock around January. And
High five.
Techman, dude.
High five. I am so green with that right now. Same here. When it was low, I think I got it like around $10 to $11, somewhere in there. Dude, yes.
No, I have not yet. Savage. He says, anybody seen solid info on the memory bus width for big Navi cards?
I got you.
I've seen spec leaks, but not Minbus.
I got you. So there's a speculation. Anybody know who Buildzoid is in the chat?
What?
Buildzoid.
Yes.
Okay, Buildzoid he's his own man, but he does do collabs with Gamers Nexus. He does PCB reviews and stuff like that. Well, he did one recently looking at the Xbox One X, right, which has the RDNA 2 in it.
Correct.
And he was kind of comparing that with the data of the tech power up and the benchmarks and everything. And that's what I was going to lead into. There is a significant thing. Now, this may just be a refresh of the 5000 series, but there's going to be improvements in efficiency and compute overall. But there is some spec leaks that Savage that I'm going to go over here in just a second. But first, let's talk about Ryzen. So we got the AMD Ryzen 9 5900X, a 12-core, 24-thread monster that benchmarks showed up for, which is 25% faster in SPC. That's good. That's the thing that Intel had for the longest time. You can get AMD with multiple cores, multi-thread, but when it came to SPC or single core clocks, Intel had it beat. And single core clocks matter in gaming for FPS, FYI. But multi-thread, some games take advantage of multi-thread. Some games like to care more about the clock rate of, or the boost of a single core. However, we're seeing a 25% increase over the Ryzen 9 3900X. So this is I'm very happy for AMD. And I'm excited because I have a living room system with a 2600X on a B450 board. I'm praying to goodness because Asus did do a refresh of their B450 motherboards, I believe, or B550. But from my understanding, they should be compatible still. So I want to upgrade to the new 5000 series CPU and test out whether the VRMs on that Asus B450 tough gaming motherboard can handle a 8-core 16-thread 5800X or something like that. There's no specifics about clocks yet, but the chip scored to 658 points in single core tests, which is 27% faster than the 700X and 25% faster than the R9 3900X. Now, for comparison, on screen is the 9900K. This is my system. I'm only getting 542.7. Now, this is stock, and I can go up to 5.2 gigahertz, yada, yada, yada. So let's say I could get up to 580, 600, somewhere in there. I'm still getting blown out the doors with 52.8, over 50 points higher. And then multi-core, I'm only getting 53, 51.9. And look at the screenshot. 9,481 in multi-thread processing. That is redunculous. We've seen that with Threadripper, but guys, this is a desktop, regular consumer AM4 CPU. This isn't a Threadripper CPU. This is a AM4, comes in the same size package as we normally see CPU that has all the multi-threads. So great for multitasking. And if you already have an AMD system, especially a B450 and above, you're guaranteed to be able to work with this CPU. But if you have B450, you're going to have to look at the manufacturer's website or consult with them or look up some forums to see whether your motherboard would support these type of CPUs. But I'm excited. I can't wait to get the CPU to test it out. It looks really good. Right now, here's the list of what we got. So the 5950X is going to come with 16 cores, 32 threads. It's L2 and L3 cache is 72 megabytes. The 5900X has only 70 megabytes and comes with 12 cores, 24 threads. And then the Ryzen 7 5800X is 8 cores, 16 with 36 megabytes of L2 and L3. And then we got the 5600X, which the 2600, the 3600, and the 5600 is just that beautiful chip. It's in the middle, great budget, price to performance, budget range. Like AMD's killing it, and most people have this. I can't tell you how many systems. I actually got another video coming out in the future where I built another Ryzen system with the 3600. Like, it's just that good.
It's very common.
It's that good. It's great price to performance. It gets the job done, and people with AMD systems, at least recently, will have the room to grow. Supposedly to this new series. I think after this, though, you're gonna have to upgrade your motherboard as we move forward.
Noob UK says, hi Serpent, hi all. What's up, buddy?
Thank you, Crypto Noob. Thank you for swinging through. Hope you're doing well over there. If you're in the UK, how's it going across the pond? Now, moving on to what Savage wanted to hear. Navi. Big Navi is on the up and coming month. Unfortunately, guys, don't think that just because October 8th or is either for CPU it's October 7th or October 8th. Don't think that on that day they're going to be doing a release. It may not. It may just be an announcement, and then we'll have the release later on. I know for a fact, unfortunately, the Radeon RX 6000 series, even though it says the announcement's the 28th, we may not see those GPUs until November. So just be patient, hang tight. And I know that it's going to be a battle as scalpers try to take advantage of the low supply. But Navi 21 appears to have 80 compute units with 5120 streaming processors, assuming each CU carries 64 SPs, or streaming processors, on RDNA 2. According to the chip detective, there were mentions of two different dies, Navi 21A, that can boost up to 2050 megahertz, and Navi 21B, that can boost up to 2200 megahertz. And then the power varies from 220 watts to 238 watts. What was 5700? The 5700 was, I think it was around 220 watts. 5700, 220 watts, and then 5700 XT, 250, something like that. Matter of fact, here's your information, Savage. AMD's RDNA 1 architecture delivered about 50% performance uplift over its previous GNC, right? So RX 580s, stuff like that. Architecture that survived for so long and still going strong. The chip maker has promised that we would see the same level of advancement for RDNA 2. They're talking about a 50% performance uplift from RDNA 1 to RDNA 2. Now, I'm skeptical of that. Let's see here. Techman says in 2018 AMD started shifting to production of their CPUs and GPUs to TSMC. I could be wrong, but we should be okay as far as AMD supply. All right, we'll see what happens. Crypto Noob, all good here. Just usual rain in the UK. Yeah, well, it's been raining here a lot lately, but now it's gotten nice and cold where me and Savage stay, and it's beautiful weather for mining. Going back to the uplift, I do not suspect the uplift to be 50%. Don't think that just because we see a 50% performance uplift prior to, between GNC and RDNA 1 that we may get the same. It may be like 20 to 25%, maybe 20 to 30%. But here's the information. Savage. So you have Navi 21 with 80 compute units. The RX 5700 only has 40. I want you to keep that in mind. 5120 SPs versus 2560, and then we got the clock speed. We're going to be around 2 gigahertz. And then the single precision performance is going to be anywhere from 20, I wouldn't say 21, but 20 to maybe 22.5 versus 9.8 on the RX 5700. And then power draw wise, yeah, we were around 225, 250, depending on like your clocks and whether you use the more power tool or the red BIOS editor, stuff like that. So I suspect though that the Navi 22 and 21 chip, all right, so the 21, I have a feeling these guys are going to hit over 300 watts. Now, their game is to go for most efficiency. But what happened with the 5700? It was efficient, but in order to get it, beyond that, to compete or give the 2080 a run for its money, we had to push the limits. And that's where we started to see increased power draw. However, though, I do believe that the 6000 series we will see a over 70 mega hash on Ethereum with the 6000 series. Unfortunately, we won't be getting that with the most efficient setup as far as power draw, but I believe that we will. So think about that. So the RX 5700 XT can hit 60 mega hash on some cards with some modifications to mem timings and stuff like that. Imagine if that same philosophy can be applied to the 6000 series, which I'm sure Igor's lab will come out with something. And if they do, just like usual, I would get that information, do some testing, and provide that data to you. So stay tuned if you are interested in BIOS modding, anything like that, because I love that stuff. But I suspect with something like that, we can push or compete with the 3080 in hash rate. We're gonna drop a little bit of efficiency, but I believe we can actually compete with the 3080. So the RX 6000 series, the top end is going to be competing with the 3080. Next model down is going to be competing with the 3070. And I believe that's also one of the reasons why the 3070 got delayed besides supply, is Nvidia really wants to see what AMD is going to do before they go, hey, we got this card. AMD is scheduling the launch of the Ryzen 5000 processors for October 20th. So even though the announcements towards the beginning of the month, October 20th is looking more likely. The first processor to launch will be the Ryzen 7 5800X and the Ryzen 9 5900X, while the 5600X and 5950 will come at a later date, so probably towards the end of this year, 2021. So be patient. But it's not going to be like right as soon as launch happens, these things are going to come out. And for more specs, Savage Mind, I got something for you here. Here's your mem bus width, all right? All right, you happy now? 256. I don't think that's right, though, bud. I don't think that's right. Why? First off, why would the 6700 XT be 192?
Mm-hmm.
Like, even the 6800 XT, why would that be 192? I would think that would be 256 on the 6800 XT. But
all rumors and speculation.
This is all, yeah, it's grain of salt. Grain of salt.
Techman, he goes, they claim the cache makes up for the narrow bus width. Yep.
Yeah. And
it's possible that could be true. Is that firm? No, it's not firm.
The 3080, the 3080 has a 320-bit bus. Yep. So 256 is possible. Just think about that, Savage. So 256 is possible because what? The 5700 XT has it, right? So the 5700 XT and the 6800, let's just stick with the 6800 for now, have the same bus, but there's more CUs. There's double the CUs, right? We went from 40 on the 5700 to 80 with the same GDDR6 and more memory. Like, here's something I don't understand, which is why I say this is, rumor, take it with a grain of salt. Why would they have the 6700 XT only have 6 gigabytes of memory? Right now, there is no way that I see any GPU manufacturer only providing 6 gigabytes of memory. Like, that shouldn't be anymore. I think the 3060 that we saw is going to have 8 gigabytes?
3060, yes.
So maybe
there is nothing less. I have not seen anything less from Nvidia than 6 gigabytes. I think that is, or 8 gigabytes. Sorry, I think there is. That's the standard because the 3060 is 8 gigabytes, 3060 Ti is 8 gigabytes, 3070 is 8 gigabytes.
Savage, you're not taking into account architectural improvements. Right. Architectural improvements do help. Yes, he says it. If that is true, right? EVGA is going to suffer because the cache won't help much. I understand that, right? So we got 256-bit bus, the same thing as before. We got, look at the bandwidth. On the 5700 is 448. Actually, I think it was.
I would imagine more. They're going to run GDDR6X. I don't think they're going to run 6. If they're smart, they'll run 6X.
Who makes 6X? Samsung, Micron, and SK Hynix, right?
Yeah.
But is there enough supply? Is there enough supply to provide not only for Nvidia and AMD? Maybe AMD went for 6 because Nvidia got all the 6X that was developed.
Well, Nvidia has Samsung. And all their stuff is from Samsung. For the 3000 series.
I believe at least at the high end.
And HBM2 is cheap enough now that they could do it.
Yeah, but I don't think
there's 2 versions of HBM now.
I don't think they're going to use HBM2. HBM2, even though it's cheaper now, I don't think they're going to use it. They're going to stick with GDDR6, some form of GDDR6. So, but the bandwidth is really what I look into. Yeah, like Savage is looking at the bus, the bandwidth. All of these are factors, but we also have increased compute units, as well as increased memory.
New architecture.
Completely different, right? RDNA 2 is completely different architecture. So
we don't know exactly how it's going to act. We can only base speculation off of what our DNA 1 was and how it acts, in which we all know how that is. So I don't know. It's 25. It's hard to base the numbers.
A 25% increase would yield us 15 more mega hash on top of what we're having. So that would put us in the 75 mega hash mining Ethereum range, and that's where I'm thinking. So 75 to 70 mega hash mining Ethereum with the RX 6000 series, at least at the high end of their GPU stack. It's pure speculation,
Right.
but that's the number in my head. Somewhere between 70 and 75. Now, it may not be as efficient at the higher, like if we start hitting 75, 76, 78, we might be using too much power draw, which we have to tune it down. But if we calculate, like we can probably hit, some of us can probably hit 105 watts at 56 to 57 mega hash on the 5700 series. Now, we times that by 25, that's an extra 26, so we should be anywhere around 130 watts and 70 mega hash. 130 watts, 70 mega hash on a 6000 series. As far as mining Ethereum, I can't calculate for the others yet. This is not concrete data, but those are my numbers for the 6000 series. It doesn't really matter.
Pretty good guess.
Yeah.
It's not going to be what Nvidia has that right
now. No, I think the 6000 series, even the highest GPU that AMD has, is going to be, if I were to draw it, like here's the line, if you guys can see me. Nvidia is going to be this much higher. The 38 is going to be this much higher than the top end 6000 series. Now, if Igor's lab comes out with something, and we get to do some mem timing mods and stuff like that, then we might see an uplift where they're even or just about the same. But this is what we want, guys. As consumers, we want competition. Here's the key. Think about this. If the 6000 series comes out, right, with better efficiency, as Mikhail said, what's going to happen to the 5000 series, guys? Hello? $400 or $380 for a 5700 XT right now. They're going to drop that price, and we could probably pick it up for around $320, $300 for a 5700 XT. That's gonna be pretty good. And then as you go to the used market, and there's not a bunch of idiots out there, we might be able to pick up those GPUs for even cheaper. You could build a nice rig really quick of the 5700 XTs and get 56 to 60 mega hash depending on the model and Silicon Lottery.
I put my feeler out to the only person that I know from AMD, from Sapphire. So we're gonna fingers crossed that we had a long message, and we're gonna hope that it works. He's helped me before, so hoping that he's gonna help again. I gave him a list of channels: Serpent, Panda, Savage, Hash Raptor, DCA. Gave him a list of channels, growth, counts, and we're just going to hope that this is going to work out for us, guys. I put us all out there for it because it would be great for this to happen. And plus, we all love Sapphire for AMD.
We do.
So we'll hope. We'll just hope for the best because I would love to secure cards.
I think they should consider it. I think they should consider it because as much as they want to provide these GPUs to tech tubers and stuff like that, providing it to personnel within the crypto mining community would benefit them greatly because Sapphire, you're going to have people with substantial influence on the mining community, and we're not influence as in like IG, Instagram, top tech tubers. We're talking like we provide data to these consumers. They communicate back to us, and we have a good correspondence to which we improve the overall mining atmosphere. So it's a positive space in which you can get into and show, hey, Sapphire and AMD, we support the mining community. These guys are good. I know the gamers don't really like us too much, but these guys are doing good things with their GPUs. And sometimes we're doing folding at home, so we are trying to make a positive impact. I know my rigs were trying to help out with the COVID-19 situation, and I probably shouldn't have said that online, but it doesn't matter. We were doing good things. Look, folding at home. We put our GPUs to use to help and benefit the world in some form or fashion. And it's not just for our own selfish ambition. So that's why I like the mining community. So consider it.
He has said to me before that they don't have plans for a mining division. And
you don't have to have one.
They won't produce mining cards.
No, you don't have to have one.
I'm just saying, people have asked me, do they think they produce mining cards? No. They've told me they will not.
You don't have
mining cards because there's no reason to.
No.
Your
GPUs are beautiful.
That was a phase for them to get rid of a bunch of extra stock at a perfect time. It was a perfectly planned timing. Like all the Nvidia P100 cards, perfectly timed extra cards they needed to get rid of.
Yeah, and not only extra cards, but cards that may have
there
not.
was a mining hype when those cards came out. So.
And cards that they, maybe these cards are PCBs. They had the GPU die and the traces and everything, MOSFETs, VRMs already all on there. But for some reason, the I/O wasn't working. Perfect. All right. Well, then we don't need the I/O. We just put a GPU bracket on there, send it on its way. Boom. Done. Let's make something out of it.
He says, too savage. Us crypto mining folks don't just buy a single GPU. We buy many.
Right. And
at least six to eight. At most on our order. That's a full rig. 6 to 8.
That's a full rig.
1 to test to see how it goes,
and
then you full commit and then full commit once you're aware.
Full send.
Full send.
So
once
Crypto
you get
Noob,
the one and it's good, full send the rest.
Crypto Noob says, I've been looking at eBay prices on the used market of the RX, 470, 480, 570, 580, 4 gig cards, and that people want 200 GBP. So what is what is that?
British pounds. Let's see. British pounds.
You know what's messed up? Our dollar used to be more than your money, and now your money is more than our dollar.
That's funny how that works.
So that's $250 bucks.
Look what happened too. You can see it. Look at it. It's on the chart. We're only on a 1 month chart, and you can see when our price dipped. It's sad. Right there.
Oh my goodness! Look at that.
Yep. That's fine.
Anyways, so $250 for that card is not reasonable at all. Do not get that card. Techman has 2 P104s coming, configuring our 4 5600 XTs as well. All right, enjoy that. I don't have a 5600 XT. I used to. I made my content, and then I sent it back because I'd rather have a 5700. I just don't feel as strongly with the 5600. But Carter from Bitsby Trippin' has changed my mind on it, and the 5600 is a good performance, per watt GPU.
Man.
So
21 cards.
Just
crazy.
Me personally, I'd rather have a rig of 5700s, but 5600s is a good way for somebody new to the mining system or mining world to get in and have a good mining rig at a decent cost. Now, going back to this article, we're going to be
could buy a 5600 XT for that price, $250. Yep, that is true.
Yeah,
voltage.
Crypto Noob, take note of that, because you could buy that brand new instead of spending that money on a used market for 4 gigabytes.
Try to capitalize on the gas fees. When Ethereum was booming, it's still booming, but not as much as it was like a month ago. When we were seeing almost double our profits for like a week, which we all loved. But people are still trying to capitalize on that. They see that people are have a high demand for those cards because they're like, oh, the fees are up. We're going to make more money right now, so they're trying to buy more cards, and they're trying to make more money on the situation. Don't be a sucker. Do your research.
So, going back to the RX 6000 release, the AMD is not a friend of AIBs, and what I mean by that is they don't, when things come out, GPUs launch, AMD launches their GPUs first, and then AIBs may come a few months later, while Nvidia, at least in this release specifically, and we've seen it before, the AIBs come out the same time as the founders, right?
Yep.
So all we're going to get is AMD's vision of what a GPU cooler should be. I'm glad they're moving away from the blower style design, because when I had the blower style RX 5700 XT, it was horrible. I mean, with water cooling, it'd be great because those silicon on the silicon on those GPUs were actually very good, but it's just the cooling was horrible. So these are the type of GPUs that we can look to expect. Triple fan design, dual fan design. It actually looks pretty good. I do like the look of them as well, Savage. Here's my concern, though. Thermally, AMD has not done very well. It's better to wait for AIBs for good thermals. However, with this new design, will it be better? Because we've seen something like this with the Radeon 7, right? We had a triple fan design, and even thermally, those cards weren't as good. Like the heatsink should have been a little bit bigger or whatever.
Yeah, should have been thicker.
Should have been thicker, yes. So these GPUs look sexy, but I have a feeling thermally they may not be as
issues as always.
As good as before. Plus the AMD drivers upon release is not really good. It takes a few months to really get things going. So while they may be based on the same RDNA architecture with optimizations and changes to that architecture, some miners may not work again like we saw at the beginning of the 5700.
Correct. Tech man. He said, keep in mind though, Nvidia bins the best chips for their cards. AIB get the leftovers, and those are usually 5% slower. Correct. Founders Edition cards from Nvidia always seem to do better.
Unless it's the EVGA Kingpin Edition.
Yeah, those are guaranteed bin cards.
They take the Nvidia bin GPUs and
yeah, they buy those cards that are premium.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's been that way with AMD too, from what I've seen. The reference cards, they've had terrible thermals, but if you cool them with water, they seem to be better. And I can't verify that. I've never owned a 5000 series AMD card. I've always wanted to, but prices just never seemed right. I was not gonna spend that much money for that card. I'd rather just watch all of y'all spend that money for that card. Because I just unfortunately don't have the money to spend.
I don't spend over don't spend over $800 for a GPU. I can spend that kind of money.
Refuse.
But I wouldn't recommend anybody doing it because it's not really worth it. I tend to buy those GPUs and they wind up being a dud, and then everybody's like, oh great, thanks Serpent, you found that this card sucks and I don't have to waste my $700 to $800 anymore. So
right. Much as I would love to own one, it's too expensive. It's still too expensive. I'm still trying to wait for the 5000 series cards to come down. I don't really want a 5600. I want a 57, but I won't pay the prices. I think the prices are still too high for what they are. That's my personal opinion.
Well, let's check the used market. First off, here's the 3080 still going for ridiculous amounts of money.
Oh, of course.
Let's check out the 5700.
Did you see Brandon Coin's channel?
I haven't recently. No, I've been really busy.
There is a bot in his channel that is posting
fake ads.
No, it's posting GPUs when GPUs are for sale.
Oh, nice.
I don't know if it's fake. I don't know. I think.
No, there's a few people that put bots to work to create fake eBay ads on the 3080 to compete with the scalpers.
It was in his thing. I don't know where, and he might have removed it or moved it, but it was tagging everybody here yesterday.
Well, look on screen. And I'm in a few of those Discords, by the way. I'm in a few areas that tell me. Here's the problem. I missed out on all of those opportunities yesterday. Look, and it was actually some good times. So on October 2nd, right, at 9 p.m., the Trinity was available. Now, forget what you heard about SP caps and MLCCs. That is not the only reason why some cards crash. It is drivers. Since the driver revision is a lot better. So don't be like, oh, Zotac's crap. That's not true. Zotac is not crap. They just developed the GPU in the confines of what Nvidia provided to them, and we had drivers, or at least reviewers, tech tubers had drivers before the freaking manufacturers. That's sad. Nvidia needed to do better on that. Anyways, from 9 o'clock,
it wasn't that great of a launch.
No, it wasn't.
They kind of screwed themselves.
They did horribly. So at 9 p.m., Zotac became available on Newegg, and at 9:04, it was sold out. At 9 p.m., Gigabyte, the Eagle, And by the way, the Gigabyte Eagle, I heard, has better thermals than the Founders Edition in any other card so far. So even though it looks ugly,
was it Debauer?
It was Gamers Nexus and Debauer. They both did it, yeah.
Yeah, they both did the Eagle. They both said that it was a better card.
So even,
which is surprising.
I don't, yeah, right. Gigabyte usually has the cheaper model cards, but not all of them. Like the Aorus Extreme is actually pretty good, but I don't like the design. I don't like it where the shroud goes and then there's a little notch there for a SLI or Nvidia NVLink when there's no NVLink on the 3080.
I don't care if it looks ugly. If it works better, it is a better card.
But from 9 p.m.
Most people that are in mining rigs, they're not staring at their rig. They're in open air frames. They're right on each other.
It's going in my main system, man.
Most
I care about aesthetics, okay?
They're flat down. You're not looking at the GPU.
I care because it's going in my main system. When it gets moved to the mining rig, I don't care. But when it's in my main system, I care. That's just me. I am a person that I care more about the go than the show. If you look at some of my cars, but the Eagle, I just don't like that
Saturday
notch.
Too.
There is a Aorus. There is a
Mexico tonight. Yeah.
No, not tonight because I'm on call. I wish. But there is a nice one that I'm thinking of getting. Let me show you guys real quick.
When I moved kind of closer to Mexico in my area, and
this one right here.
Last Saturday was a very noisy Saturday. I loved it.
This is the one I want to get. Look at that! Look at that! Look at that display, bro.
Dude, look at the. All right, look how big the bracket is compared to the card.
Right.
At least make the bracket.
It's not even a 3-slot design. It's like a 3.25 slot. Look at that.
I like
1, 2,
that it displays
3.
GPU temp right there on the top.
I do like that too.
That is very nice. Kingpin has an adjustable one.
Yeah, LCD.
Yeah,
it
which is
flips up.
Cool.
Well, that's good for test benches.
Orientation.
Yeah, if you have a test bench, you could just flip it up and keep an eye on it while you're doing stuff. But look, man, we had opportunities yesterday. We had 4 minutes of opportunities to get these cards.
Savage.
We missed it.
Eagle gets a 0 out of 10 for looks, but a 10 out of 10 for performance. It's a classic butterface.
Just turn the lights off. Just turn the lights off.
Paper bag, man.
Paper bag. Paper bag it. So anyways, stock is slowly but surely coming in for the 3080. If you're still trying to get one, just keep your eyes open. Brandon Coin, if he's got something in his Discord that helps you find it, great. I have my own little thing, but it's not public. It's just something I keep an eye on. The RX 5700 series, there's some pretty decent cards on here.
You sent me DG. I know you're here in chat. What we got going on? No way. Oh, dude. It's awesome.
What are you talking about?
Oh, DG Diamond. You're awesome, dude. I'll talk to you about it later.
Okay.
I'm not going to talk about it on live stream.
Well, the 5700, there's some good cards on here that are going. I would not recommend the Challenger, and I did. If you guys want to do me a favor, if you got some extra time.
The Challenger, the Evoke, the Mech.
Don't get those cards. Don't get those cards. Yeah, don't.
Unless you're going to water block them. If you're going to water block them, go for those cards because they're going to be cheaper.
If you guys haven't.
Yeah, have horrible thermals. Yes.
If you're
going to water block them, go for them because I promise you they will be cheaper because they're terrible cards, thermal wise. But if you're mining them on air, don't do it.
Yeah. If you guys haven't seen it already, I'm pretty sure everybody in the stream has seen my videos, but if you haven't, I done videos on the RX 5700 from ASRock, and dude, do not get the Challenger with the yellow and black. I would not recommend this one right here. The Challenger with the red and black, I guess, is the only. This one right here, do not get. However, the favor I am trying to ask of you guys is, if you get time, please write to Newegg or ASRock, whether it's through Twitter or whatever. I am trying to get my hands on the ASRock Challenger Pro. Now, this is the Pro compared to the Challenger.
Yeah,
actually,
The Pro is better. Basic Challenger, bad.
And I actually want to do I would like to do a teardown on this, right? So dual fan versus triple fan. So you can see the PCB is shorter than the actual shroud. But I want to know, even though these two both have, you know, heat pipes and copper heat pipes and nickel plated fins and all that good stuff, I would like to do a teardown because I would like to see how they improve the memory cooling. That was one of the biggest concerns with the ASRock Challenger, is underneath that heatsink is just a little memory heatsink that's got its own assembly, and cooling that memory when mining was ridiculous. It was hard, and I had to do a video on the teardown of it and then how I improve the temperatures myself. So if you hit up ASRock, I don't think Newegg would do anything, but ASRock knows that I did a teardown of this video, and I would like to test the Challenger and compare what they did to improve the efficiency of this GPU or heatsink. So that's what I've been communicating with them. I haven't heard back, but I'm trying to get my hands on this GPU just to do a teardown and compare against the Challenger because I want to see the improvement they made to this GPU. But I would, like Mikhail said, avoid it. What else? The mech, the MSI mech, the original XFX thick, the original one, not the new one. The original one.
The thick, not the thick too.
Right. Those cards, thermally wise, are bad. But there's some good pricing on here and good bids.
It says plastic back plates are bad for thermals. Who knew? Yeah, who knew?
Yeah, but see, the ASRock Challenger has an aluminum backplate. It's just they didn't put thermal pads on the flip chip GDR6 to connect the back of the PCB to those aluminum backplates. As soon as I did that, temperatures dropped down. Now the backplate gets a little bit warmer, so I wouldn't go keeping your hand on there, but it definitely improved thermals overall.
Yeah, I agree.
It's sad that the used GPU market is becoming worse than the new market.
One. Yeah, the MSI mech was the one that had plastic backplates. Yeah. It's just a tad dusty. You can clean it.
Why is this guy selling? He must have like a whole mining rig frame or something.
Yep. He's selling each card by itself.
That's crazy. Ooh, there's a Sapphire. 580, 8 gigabytes. Buy now for $250. So they're doing the same thing that Crypto News was saying.
Also, you're looking at prices in not US dollars.
No. It would be 187. It's right below it. It's right below it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, 187.69.
Yeah. Canadian dollars.
Well,
99-cent cards are scams. They're bids. They're not. It's not buy it now for 99-cent cards. They were all bids. All of them.
Well, there was a buy it now option on that one.
Yeah, for that. He was referring to the other ones earlier.
They're all bids.
They were all bids.
What you do is you sort by time left, or ending soonest. Yep, and you look at like, okay, like this isn't bad. 135, you get that for 140 or below. That wouldn't be too bad. And then you just add them to your watch list. You wait till they get close to ending.
Shipping, so not good.
Well. This isn't too bad if it's around the price. You shouldn't spend over 140 on a GPU with shipping. And look, it's coming from Saudi Arabia. That's why it's so much.
Yeah.
So for one of these GPUs, you shouldn't be spending 140 US or above. That's just stupid. Because you could probably find it new for that price or get close to it.
You just gotta look. You just gotta search through all.
That's too much for the Sapphire Radiant. That's too much. 220 even with free shipping. That's too much. But you look at the time frame, you sort by the lowest, and then you add to your watch list, wait till it gets close to the end, and try to go ahead and snipe some of them.
Yep.
I gotta check my phone, Mikhail. Go ahead and keep going.
Good. So, looking at 9-cent cards of scams, yes. Best way to do this kind of stuff, though, is just kind of search through, like he was saying, is soonest. Go through the soonest, ending soonest, or going to having a buy a offer option, so that way you can have ones that show buy it now or ones that accept offers. You just gotta search through all of them because there are some good deals. I found multiple good deals on eBay.
Let's see how the 480 market's
Just
doing.
gotta look. There's a backplate on there for $50. That is expensive.
Right.
Plus $10 shipping. What up, Dan? Dang.
Dan, what's going on, man? Thanks for swinging through. 99-cent cards are a scam. I get my GPUs from the dollar store. What are you talking about?
That's funny. He's saying, "What's up, Savage?" Yeah, I don't know. We'll see how stock of the 6000 series comes. Because I'm curious. I really want to see it go through, that they do good. Hopefully they don't botch their own launch like Nvidia did. That's all we can hope for.
I guess they're going all the way to Red's thing. What time you said he was starting? Let's go look it up.
1.
So in about half an hour, I guess.
2 my time, or 2 your time.
Oh, 2 p.m.
It's right there on your screen. Yep.
Oh man, we can't go all the way to that. That sucks.
Yeah.
Well,
Gotta get heading out of here pretty quickly anyway.
same here. Well, today is my boy's birthday party. Even though it's not officially his birthday, we're celebrating on the weekend. We got some laser tag. We got the game truck. I'm gonna light them up and laser tag.
Yeah, you better. No mercy.
Dude. No mercy.
If you're a kid.
No mercy whatsoever. But him and his friends are coming over. I had to go pick them up. So that's pretty much it for this week. I mean, pretty much we got to sit and chill. Hopefully, what was it? Max mentioned, historically, the history of Bitcoin. We should see some type of uptick, like I said, but I know during or after the holidays, things are going to go down because people need to, pay bills and get gifts and stuff like that. But we just need to hang tight, keep mining away. I'm actually... I've been mining Ethereum, but there's something I want to share with you guys that they just came out with. There is a 3080 giveaway.
Nicehash is giving away a 3080.
Yeah, buddy. Let me show you what I mean. Alright, here we go. It's me, Mario. Alright, so GeForce RTX 3080 giveaway. We're happy to announce that we're giving away some pallets for free. Not just 1 or 2, but 3. Alright, so here's what you need to do to participate. You must have a Nicehash account. If you don't have a Nicehash account, here's where you could go to register. I will have this linked in the description, but I'm pretty sure everybody that's watching this live already has one. Either that, it's going to be Nicehash Miner or Nicehash OS. You need to start mining and receive at least 1,000 Satoshis, which is easy to get to, until Monday, October 12th. You must fill out this form, which I will have linked again in the description. I'm putting it in now. You must fill out that form, and you are entered. So you got to just mine 1,000 Satoshis until October 12th. You got until October 12th to get at least 1,000 Satoshis using Nicehash Miner, which is very, like I said, very easy to get to.
1,000 sats is not a lot.
No, not at all. So Nicehash giveaway of the 3080.
What up, Jay?
Use
How you doing, buddy? Just install malware. You can win. Yeah, Tech Man. I hear you.
So Nicehack is giving you away a 3080. 1,000 Satoshis by October 12th. You got to fill out the form. Very easy. Basically, the email that you use to create the account is what you need to do. You just put in your email or information, and they will contact you once the giveaway. Here's actually the rules. which is pretty much what I just read to you. It's global,
What's
so
up,
anybody can
Nefarious?
participate. And when would the winners be announced? The giveaway starts today and will end Monday, October 12th, and the winners will be announced October 13th, Tuesday, October 13th, in a separate blog contacted by email. So that's all it is. So we got a number of giveaways coming up. For my channel, we're about to hit 2K. Once we get over that 2K mark, keep an eye on Saturdays, because on one of the Caffeine and Crypto episodes, I will be picking a winner in which myself and maybe some community members will mine your cryptocurrency to your address of your choice. So stay tuned for that. Man, everybody's coming in. I guess we start too early. I would like to start later, but I don't want to run over or overlap with Red Panda. So
Yeah, usually he starts like about this time. So yeah.
yeah, but with the baby dictates his schedule, so he's got to work with that. So Dan to Dane, Nefarious, Jay, thank you for hanging through. I told Chris the other day that I watch and gain some of the knowledge from your trading videos, by the way. Jay does some crypto trading content on DCA Adventure, if you're not already aware.
Trading with the View every Thursday. He does a not a live stream, but it's a video that comes out. It would be 8 o'clock your time, 7 o'clock my time, Central Standard Time. Unfortunately, he had his computer die on him. His laptop that he records on died on him this week. So we are all banding together as a community, and anybody that has in the community has some extra hardware, good hardware, and we're all miners, is trying to band together to help him out, get him up a PC real fast, get him up and going. So.
Well, that's two people. That's Doge Lord and Jay that need a new computer.
Doge Lord is getting a new computer from Gundy. Gundy had a spare water-cooled 3980 with motherboard, RAM, and a 580, 8 gigabyte in it, and is sending it to Chris. So he's good to go. Now he's going to take care of Jay.
Okay. Because I offered Chris my Corsair, one of my Corsair AIOs, but I didn't have anything else that I could kind of provide him and stuff like that. And no problem, Jay.
Nefarious says I can drop parts. Yeah, Nefarious, I think you have a spare motherboard and Ryzen 7 CPU, I think. 2700? Or something like that. I think you had a spare one. I tagged you in Discord yesterday about it.
Crypto Noob tried to get in on this. My PC died last week. We're donating parts. No.
Yeah.
When I upgrade to the new Ryzen 5000 series, depending on whether or not I can use that motherboard, I may have a new motherboard.
Nefarious, let us know what you have, because we can, you know what I mean, and we can all put stuff together and send them, and they can be easily done.
Yeah, communicate in the Discord.
It is very easily. It could be done. I know we all have spare parts.
Communicate in the Discord. What was it? Tech Man? No, who was it? Dana Dane. Nicehash giveaway. Sounds like a contradiction. Yes.
But I had a spare not be that high. Huh? Whatever. Okay.
Just communicate in the Discord if you guys get some extra parts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
DCA has their own Discord. I haven't linked it in this live stream, but my Discord is linked above. I'll drop another one in for some new people that just came in. I do want to say that people who want to enter the giveaway have to be in my Discord, and not a lot of people are. So FYI, when we hit over 2K and I do the giveaway on Caffeine and Crypto, there's going to be some steps that are going to be taken to verify you're not a bot. Because I'm not going to be doing it to some random person. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for today's show. Right now we're just chilling and talking. We talked a little bit about the market over the past week, what's happening, BitMEX, how much Bitcoin is left. We talked a little bit about the regulation and the entire atmosphere. And hey, Arthur Hayes, look, he's on. There he is. I found him. Go get him. I'm joking. We talked about Ryzen release, AMD release. That's pretty much what we talked about today, and I'm looking forward to what AMD has to offer in the future. So hopefully you guys will stay tuned. As soon as I get to 3080, I will be doing my own content. I know a number of people have already produced information about hash rate, power draw, and all that stuff, but it doesn't matter to me. As soon as I get the GPU, I'm doing a live stream, recording the data like I normally do, and providing it to the community. And same thing with the AMD series. As soon as I get a GPU, I would do the exact same. So appreciate you guys hanging out with us for how long we've been going.
92 minutes.
92 minutes. So, I got to get ready for my son's birthday party. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Crypto Mikhail, you have any closing words, sir?
At the end of the day, you're awesome. Those are very nice words to Jay. Thank you, Serpent, for letting me come on this morning. I hope everybody has a good rest of their day. Stay tuned tonight for DC Adventure, because we'll be on, me and Nim will be on tonight talking about Nim's 3090 and stuff he's done, the testing he's done all week on his 3090. So stay tuned for that. 8 o'clock Central Standard Time.
Yeah, and a huge thank you to Nefarious and Nemesis for going out, hanging out at Micro Center and doing their best to get a GPU. Nemesis actually allowed me to do a live stream previous Saturday, if you haven't checked it out, where we did some live testing of the 3090, but he's been doing his own testing, so he probably has more data than I can. I don't have the physical card, so a huge thank you to Nemesis and a huge thank you to Nefarious and Nemesis for, camping out and getting that GPU. So I know it's really hard to get a hold of the video series, but appreciate you guys. So thanks for watching. Like always, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff that helps out the channel. And I will catch you guys later. You take care.
TechMan, just hit me up in Discord. I'm not sure if that's what you're asking, but hit me up in Discord. That's what you're wondering. If you're trying to help Jay.
See you, Savage, Nefarious, Crypto Mining Lifer, Crypto Noob, TechMan, Jay.
You all are FA.
Dan to Dane, everybody that's in Max Voltage. I can't get them all, but